Hola guys and girls, and welcome to the end of TDP Season 5, the 5th season of the draft project. I already did upload the video about Season 4, but for all which have no idea what the draft project is all about, a short explanation right here. The draft project is a project I created. I started back in Gen 6, now we are in Gen 7, in the 5th season of it. What the goal of this project is basically is to get the perfect prices for mons in a price draft format. Basically in a budget draft where you have a certain amount of points and then you buy your mons for that points and then you get like a full draft of whatever mons there is. We started in Season 1 with every mon being worth 10 points. Doesn't matter if you're a Manaphy, doesn't matter if you're a Magiana, doesn't matter if you're a Girafarig. Every mon is worth 10 points. So basically in Season 1 it was a free draft because you have to draft 10 mons, you have a budget of 100 points. So in Season 1 you can afford 10 of any mons combination, barring you get sniped of course. And then the fun starts, because if a mon gets drafted in the first round it raises by 5 points. In the drafts in the second round it raises by 4.5 points. So in Season 2, if you draft Manaphy in the first round, in Season 2 it will be worth 15 points. So everything that gets drafted raises in value, and everything that gets undrafted drops in value, and it will drop by 2.5 points each season. That brings us to Season 5. There's some mons are only worth 1 point because they never got drafted, and on the other hand, some mons are worth 30 points because they got drafted in the first round every single time. Like you see, for example, Tapu Lele, or Magiana, or Aegislash, Pheromosa, all these good mons right here. Again, draft in the first round, so next season they will be worth 35 points. So basically, more of a third of your 100 point budget you're gonna spend on one mon. So yeah, and through repeatedly drafting and all this good stuff, we get closer and closer to the perfect price system of a similar draft. Of course, if your league has more coaches than 12, or you have a higher budget, or you use a tier system instead of prices, you have to adjust some things, but this is basically the whole idea of this thing. Get a base for all leagues out there which want to get a tiering system going, to have a base from which they can build upon. So which mon is basically good and all this good stuff. We have always a changing roster of coaches, so we get more and more opinions in each season on which mon deserves to be drafted in the first round or the second round, even if they're like way overpriced. But yeah, that's basically the whole purpose of it, and what you are seeing on the screen right here are the final drafts of Season 5. So, what do we need you now for? What we need you for is to vote. There's the link in the description for a straw poll in which you can decide which of these 12 coaches drafted the best team. Because the project is only about drafting and not about actually battling these mons, but we still want to know like who is the winner of each season, and that is decided by majority vote of all the people in the world, if possible of course. But let's be realistic, there's only a small portion which will actually vote. But yeah, that's why we need right here, that's why you're looking at the screen right here at these 12 teams from these coaches. All the coaches' names are gone. There are a lot of coaches in here. Some you recognize. Me, for example. There's George, C. We have Evelyn. We have Amazing Chi. We have Hera. We have Juan. We have a lot of coaches. We have Adam. Nice people all around. But because we want to avoid like fan votes, like for example if you're a fan of George, aka C, you may be more inclined to give his vote to him even though someone else has a better draft. So to avoid that, so that even the unknown guys can get have the same chances to get a lot of votes. That's why it's without the names right here, only numbers, so that won't happen. But yeah, that's basically all. These are the teams. Let me know in the comments, but more importantly, let me know in the straw poll who has the best team. Maybe guess, like, who do you think is of who drafted which team? Like I can say, I am in it, Josh is in it, Amazing Chi is in it, and some other guys. I will probably put them in the description as a shout out, and yeah, so you can guess, like, who drafted which team. Maybe you're right, maybe you're not. Of course, I won't reveal it until the straw poll is over. But yeah, that's all from me. Thank you for your vote. I will see you another time. Ciao.